Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make an acrylic notebook cover with these acrylic blanks and some vinyl. I'm also going to show you how to make a matching little keychain later on in the video. You'll find all the products in this video listed and linked down below in the description box, which you can find by expanding the box below this video by clicking more. Anyway, we want to start by prepping our acrylic blank notebook covers. You'll notice that I left the paper backing on the inside of my notebook cover and I took it off from the front, and all the prep that I did was just clean it up with some rubbing alcohol and paper towel. I don't want to sand it because on this front one you're going to see through part of the design, and if I were to scratch up that acrylic, you're going to notice. Okay, I also want to create a V-split design on the front panel of our notebook, and I'm going to start out by doing that by creating my own paper template V-cut. I'm just going to cut a piece of computer paper that's roughly the size of the width of my notebook cover. I'm going to fold that in half, and then I'm going to determine how long that kind of triangle V-cut shape will be. So how long do I want that V-cut to cut into our design here? And then from there, I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to line it up from the corner on the outside with the corner on the inside where my fold is, and I'm going to run a straight line along there, and that's how I'm going to make a perfect triangle that's even on both sides to be my template for our V-cut. Once I have that V shape cut out, I am going to position it onto my acrylic blank cover here. Again, make sure that all this design work that we're doing is on the true front of this acrylic blank cover so that the inside still has that protective sheet, because we're not going to remove that protective sheet from the inside until the very end. I'm going to very roughly tape this V-split shape onto our acrylic blank here, and then using a silver Sharpie marker, I'm just going to outline our V shape really quickly. Once I've got that done, I'm going to use those lines that I just created to run a tape line. Using just some blue painter's tape, we want to mask off the inside of that V-split because I'm actually going to spray paint the outside of it. When we open our notebook cover, you're going to be able to see the back of all the design work that we're doing to the front. The inside of that vinyl, or I guess the back of that vinyl, is gray. So if we just put vinyl down and nothing else, the inside of our journal cover will just look kind of gray and drab. So instead, I'm going to create my design with the back of this panel in mind. So after I get this V-split masked off, we're going to spray paint it with a beautiful purple that I think coordinates really well with this vinyl pattern. I'm using Color Shot spray paint, and I will have the exact color listed down below in the description box. I believe it's called Aromatherapy. And we really just want to do a really light coat of paint, nothing crazy. But remember, anything we do to the front will be visible to the back. So keep everything clean. You'll notice I did wipe off that silver Sharpie marker line that I created earlier just with some rubbing alcohol. It comes right off. I've got my back panel acrylic blank here in the spray booth as well. For the back panel, I'm not doing a V-split. I'm just going to have that all solid vinyl. So I'm going to have an all solid purple backing for that back panel. Once this is all sprayed evenly and beautiful, I'm going to let it dry to the touch before we move on to our next step. For our next step, I'm going to cut out that V-split shape from that panel of vinyl that I had cut earlier. That's roughly the same size and shape of our acrylic blank here. I'm just going to cut that triangle out ahead of time so I don't waste any vinyl. I also split that shape in half after I cut it so it was easier to apply to this panel. Okay, and I'm applying this vinyl right over the spray paint that we just did earlier. I'm going to lift back about 1 inch of that paper backing from the bottom of my vinyl pattern here. It's going to stick down firmly. That's going to be the anchor. And then using my vinyl squeegee, after I've made sure everything's nice and laid up, I am going to very aggressively push that vinyl onto our acrylic blank there, making sure to push out any kind of air bubbles or wrinkles. It should go on fairly smoothly. I'm going to repeat those steps for the opposite side. So what we're left with is a beautiful vinyl V-split with that purple backing that you're going to see on the other side once we're all done. Next, we're going to lay our acrylic blank face down on our cutting mat, and using a craft knife, I'm just going to cut off any excess vinyl that might be overlapping on the side. I'm also going to very carefully run my knife along the side at a bit of an angle, and this is just going to help get everything trimmed up really cleanly. You can also take some sandpaper and run some sandpaper along the side to really get those lines crispy and straight. To get the vinyl out of the holes of our notebook cover, I'm just going to punch my craft knife in there and then run it along the edge of that circle, and you can easily cut out that circle of vinyl from that hole. Next, I'm going to go along the edges with some rubbing alcohol and a paper towel and remove any excess spray paint from the side of our notebook cover, being careful not to run any rubbing alcohol on your vinyl, as some solvents may disturb the ink on your vinyl. Next, we're going to remove the masking tape that I had in that V-split originally, and I am going to apply this beautiful floral lace UV DTF that's kind of new to my shop. I've already cut it in the same size of our V-split, and I'm just going to peel up the side here and remove the carrier sheet from the back, and then very carefully and evenly press down this UV DTF sheet. Once we have that firmly pressed down, I'm going to lift up the top carrier sheet, being careful to push down any kind of pieces that might have pulled up if we didn't press down hard enough. Once I finished the front side, I moved on to applying the vinyl to our back panel, first making sure that our panels line up and make sense. You'll see that I already spray painted that back panel. And then I already cut the vinyl to the same size, or roughly 2. I'm going to peel back 1 inch of that vinyl paper backing, line it up against the top, double checking to make sure that my pattern is in alignment, okay, so we don't accidentally apply the pattern upside down or on the wrong side of the panel when the journal is put together. Again, that's something you really need to pay attention to, because what a shame would it be if we applied this in the wrong direction. Anyway, once we've got all that vinyl applied nice and smoothly, I'm going to go around to the edges with my craft knife, removing any excess vinyl, and also going around to the holes just like we did with the front panel. Once we have this all cleaned up, I am ready to move on to finishing up any details on the front. I did decide that I wanted to add some black vinyl striping around the edges of our V-split, and for that I just cut some 11.5 inch by 0.15 inch vinyl rectangles using Cricut Design Space and my Cricut. This is black textured metallic vinyl from Cricut. I will also link it down below in the description box. And after I applied those vinyl stripes, I just cut the excess with my craft knife, and now we're ready to start prepping for epoxy. I'm going to be applying epoxy to seal all of this in, but first I want to create a surface that my epoxy can really adhere to well. Because we can't fully prep or create a mechanical bond on vinyl or the shiny acrylic without damaging the design work, I'm going to be using a product called Coverall that I got from the Crystal Company. You want to apply it just as I am here with a fan brush and get everything applied nice and smoothly. We don't want any pooling or lines or excess material. We just want a nice, thin, even coat. We're going to let this dry overnight. And then we can put just about anything over this. This is going to help everything bond securely and beautifully. This step is optional, but I will warn you, you're not going to get as good of a bond to that vinyl and that acrylic without something in between your epoxy and that, because it's really hard for epoxy to bond to very smooth surfaces like we're doing here. I've already mixed 60 milliliters of my Flynn Sisters Artist Cure Epoxy, and I'm just going to apply a nice thin even coat, but also thick enough that we get everything nice and coated and we don't get any pullback from the sides as this starts to dry. If our coat is too thin, you're going to see that where the epoxy starts to pull back from the edges as it's drying. Once I've got this coated nicely, I'm going to hit it with my torch to pop any bubbles, and then I'm going to actually put this in my RESINERS tumbler drying box to make sure that it dries smoothly, quickly, and without any extra debris. But before I do that, I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of glitter into that V-split to add a fun little sparkly detail. This is Arya from Batty Glitter. I will link it down below with a discount code, of course. And I'm just sprinkling this in by hand only into the V-split area just to add a little whimsy and charm. So here they are drying in my little drying box. This only took a couple hours before I was ready to apply my second coat. I didn't get everything totally smooth on the first one, so that's why we're going with the second one. And this time I got a little smarter and I used a silicone brush tool to help me brush that epoxy onto our panels. It made my life just a little bit easier. Once I've got that all coated, I'm going to go ahead and put it back in my dryer, and this time I'm going to let it dry overnight before we do anything else to it. While that's drying, I'm going to create my matching little keychain. I've got an acrylic blank here that I got from Zindies.com. It's a beautiful little feather, and I'm going to only peel off the protective sheet from one side of my piece here, and then I'm going to prep that acrylic by lightly sanding with some 220 grit sandpaper. I'm going to clean up the debris with some rubbing alcohol and paper towel. And now we're going to apply some glitter and UV resin. I'm using my favorite UV resin from Resin Rockers, and I'm going to pour probably about 5 milliliters or so into this medicine cup with the glitter already in there. Remember, don't add too much glitter to the point where it's going to change the texture or pour of the UV resin or make it chunky. That's not going to go well when we go to apply this to our little piece. And we really don't need a whole lot because we're probably just going to use less than 2.5 mil or even just like 1 milliliter on this. We're going to need a really tiny amount. Using my stir stick, I'm just going to brush some of that glitter and UV resin mixture onto the prepped side of my little feather acrylic blank, being careful not to let any pour down into the sides of our piece. If you don't create a well for the resin to drip down into, it's really not going to drip down into the sides or where you're not directing it to, unless of course then we pour too much, then it's just going to dump all over. So you really need to be conservative here. Spread it on kind of like you're decorating a cookie, being careful to avoid that hole for the keychain at the top. If you do get some in the hole, don't worry, you can get it out using a bead reamer tool or boring it out with like a, I don't know, I've even done it with like a dental pick tool. I'm going to hit that with my torch just to hit any bubbles, and then I'm going to use my little UV flashlight to cure that UV resin. Once that's done, I'm going to remove the paper backing from the back of it, and I'm going to cure it some more just to make sure that we really get a hard cure. Here's what we should be left with, and now I'm going to start constructing my keychain. I've laid out all the hardware that I need ahead of time. I've got a span of chain here. I'm going to have one length of chain that's 1 inch and one that's 1.5 inch. My goal here is to have one little bit hanging down and then a longer little bit hanging down from that. We're going to put some charms at the end of those little chains. You can buy a roll of this chain on Amazon. I will link it down below. I'll also link all the little hardware pieces that you're seeing here, like the black keychain piece, the little rose piece, and the jump rings. I've got these two little metal charms. One says I can and the other says I will. And using these jump rings, I am just going to apply these to the end of both lengths of chain. Everyone knows pretty much how to install a jump ring. You're just going to move the ends of that ring to the sides rather than opening apart. Put on our charms, attach that to the end of our chain or wherever we want it on our keychain, and then return the ends of that jump ring together again moving side to side rather than open and close. Here I am just assembling the keychain piece by piece. The two ends of the chains I've attached to one part of the keychain, the black keychain piece up at the top. And again, I'm just putting those little charm pieces at the end of my lengths of chain. Once I got those two metal charms attached to the end of the chains, I attached my acrylic charm that we created with the glitter and UV resin with a larger jump ring about 3 rungs down from the top of one of the chain pieces. Next, I'm going to add on this cute little plastic rose charm that came with the lobster clasp already attached. So we can easily just clip that to the top of our keychain here. And then I'm going to also attach this really cute like gray furry piece thing I found. I think I originally got these on AliExpress, but I will look for them on Amazon. And I just think it adds such a fun little whimsy to our journal keychain. Once that's done, I'm going to start cleaning up our journal covers. The epoxy is totally dry now, so we're going to remove that protective sheet from the back of our acrylic blanks, and then we're going to pry off any excess epoxy. If you got some excess epoxy in the holes of your journal covers, don't worry, we can easily get those out using your craft knife. You can also use like a Dremel tool or an e-file to get in there and file off the excess epoxy enough to where you can pry it off with your knife and it comes out cleanly and easily. I didn't really have a problem with that. Any excess epoxy from the sides, you can also kind of just cut off with your craft knife by running your blade very carefully, of course, along the side of your journal. Once we've got all that excess epoxy cleaned up and the edges are nice and clean, we're ready to start assembling our journal. I've got these papers that are already sized and holed to fit in our notebook, along with some dividers and some graph paper. Have fun with this. There's lots of options that you can find on Amazon for these little notebooks. And then of course the binder clips, which I also got on Amazon. So we're going to put this together with however much paper can fit based on the clips that you got. You're not going to be able to fit a whole lot, but I did fit enough with the dividers to where it would be like a really fun journal, or I could even use this as a daily planner. Anyway, so much fun. I love this, and everything just clips together nicely. And then of course we're going to add on our cute little keychain to the bottom or the side, wherever you want to clip it on to those clips. And everything opens nicely and performs beautifully even with that little keychain on there. So it is still functional and cute. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you guys feel inspired. Of course, you can do this design with any kind of vinyl or colorways. I just think it's fun. I've also done other notebook tutorials on the channel before, but this one is a lot less complicated. I feel like those other ones were a little intimidating. I didn't have as much fun with them because I was so stressed because the skill level was a little bit hard. This one is super easy, fun to do. We're having a big sale right now on my website on vinyl and rhinestones, so you can pick up some vinyl and some rhinestones, maybe to make a matching pin on the cheap this weekend. Check us out at FlynnSistersSupplyShop.com. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I hope to see you again real soon. If you love that last video, you can check out the next one here, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for more great content. You can shop our products at FlynnSistersSupplyShop.com and subscribe to our channel for new videos every week. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.